After watching you swim.
BTS has sold out concerts in Mexico City, so before the big event, of course, they stop by and visit with the president. As you do. They talk to President Claudia Sheinbaum for a while before heading out onto the palace balcony and seeing this. Totally normal. An
And we can't
estimated
wait for
50,000 fans gathered in the plaza with only a few hours' notice that they would even be there. That is some serious fandom power. I mean, even BTS themselves seem surprised by the results. There wasn't even a concert, it was just a few minutes on the balcony. Oh, and the president has invited them back next year. Well, isn't that friendly? BTS is not just a music group anymore. They have gone beyond that. They have a cultural impact unlike anything I've ever seen before. Their concerts boost the local economies where they held, so politicians are vying for more venue dates. I mean, this has happened before. The same thing was true of Taylor Swift when she was on her Eras tour, but the difference is Taylor Swift wasn't seen to represent America while on her worldwide tour. American culture has had a massive global impact for years. After World War II, we were the only world major economy that wasn't devastated by the war. I mean, we sent soldiers and supplies, but the battles weren't happening here. Our farmlands and our industries were still functioning just fine, and with that momentum, we became a major world power, and Hollywood and the music industry and all that technology soon started taking off and were spread worldwide. Since then, the US has had a big cultural reach. South Korea is a different story. It was absolutely devastated by the Korean War. The fighting stopped in 1953 and left South Korea one of the poorest countries in the world. You would never guess that by looking at it now. I mean, it's a thriving modern metropolis. In just a couple generations, too. This happened because their government heavily pushed industry and exports. But what does this have to do with BTS? South Korea was growing richer, and after the death of their military dictator, they decided to go a little bit away from industry and more into cultural exports. So the creatives that had grown up with the Hollywood movies and the relatively new genre of hip hop started creating more of their own art. The country had carefully planned and implemented their industrial exports, and now they were doing the same with their cultural ones, investing in sending that culture around the world. So if hard power is military power, soft power is cultural power. The K-pop industry is a part of the South Korean government's plan to spread their influence and culture around the world. It's called Hallyu, or Wave of Korea. I know it can sound a little sinister when you say it like this, but hey, it's a lot more moral than whatever my country is currently doing. And I do this channel to not think about that, so let's move on. The South Korean government spends hundreds of millions of dollars every year to support companies that enhance cultural exports. In 2023, they allocated 790 billion won, or 622 million US dollars, to companies that create and export culture. I mean, the US gives tax breaks to companies that are making movies and art in the US, but nothing like this. We're not investing in getting American movies and more international movie theaters. The cultural investment has proved incredibly profitable. South Korea has 51.6 million people in it. The US has 342 million in comparison. And yet, the cultural impact of Korea is so much beyond what their population would have you believe. Squid Games was a phenomenon. Parasite won the big prize at the Oscars, the first foreign language movie to ever do so. Tourism is now one of South Korea's biggest industries. We are listening to K-pop. We are watching K-dramas. We are buying K-beauty products. And so many more people are learning the Korean language. This is why BTS represents not just themselves or their entertainment company, but as the country as a whole. When President Sheinbaum wanted to get more dates for concerts in Mexico because the first three sold out pretty much instantly, she contacted the South Korean government. BTS is meeting with world leaders and saying, "We're South Korea. Come visit us. Invest in us. Enjoy our art." The South Korean government did not create BTS. They didn't train them, select them. They aren't responsible for their songs or their hits. but they laid the groundwork for K-pop to spread so that when a group came along that was as captivating as BTS, they were in a position to take over the world. And now they are. Kumba vida.
Korea today is a symbol of the United Nations' determined resistance to the threat of communist military aggression.
Once you overcome the 1-inch tall barrier of subtitles, you will be introduced to so many more amazing films.
Swim, swim.